Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you don't like a voiceover, please mute the video. This video does not relate to any true incident and is truly fictional. It has no relation with the mentioned idol's personal life. This story is about two strangers getting married to each other and the little flusterings they face in their relationship. So let's get started. The priest asked, "Do you, Kim Taehyung, take Lee Wyan as your lawful wedded wife?" And Tae replied happily, "I do." Then the priest asked to Wyan, "Do you, Lee Wyan, take Kim Taehyung as your lawful wedded husband?" And she replied, being flustered, "I do." "You are declared husband and wife. You may kiss the bride," the priest said to the couples. Taehyung leaned in, but both being shy as hell, ended up kissing on cheeks. Meanwhile, they are going to their new house, gifted by their parents. Let me tell you how both the shy personalities ended up marrying each other. So, Taehyung's parents and Wyan's parents were business rivals, but during a meeting, both of their dads liked each other's kid and they changed their relationship to in-laws. It's not like they're forced, but both of them, not having any love life since young, felt the urge to say yes because their heart raced and skipped a beat for each other in the very first sight. Then they dated for 2-3 months and fall for each other. But then again, being shy personality, they just admire each other from far. Back to the present. Tae is driving the car and Wyan sitting beside him. Silence is all that can be heard, but Tae, being a man, tried to break the silence. He asked calmly, "So, Wyan?" "Yeah?" Then he out of nowhere asked, "Are you happy with the marriage?" She looked at Tae, being confused. There was silence for a moment, but then she spoke. "Yes, of course. That's why I agreed." A biggest smile made way on his lips in happiness. "And are you happy?" she asked nervously, and he replied with his boxy smile, "Yes, very happy." They reached their home and they went in another room to take shower while Wyan was bathing in their shared bedroom. After freshening up, they came in the room and saw Wyan sitting on the bed. He closed the lights and went to the bed, lying beside each other. There was good 10 minutes silence, but suddenly they asked something. "Do you mind holding hands while sleeping?" he asked nervously. No." She extended her hands and Thai intertwined her fingers with his hand. After preparing myself so much, I got a little confidence to ask for her hand, and she agreed. I was squealing in happiness and I put my arms around her. I was in my deep thought, should I ask for a goodnight kiss or not? But after struggling for so long, I decided, we are married now. I can surely ask for a kiss, after all she's my wife. But wait, what if she refuses me? That will be more awkward. But Taehyung, being desperate to take the relationship further, asked Wyan. "Wyan?" She only hummed while her eyes were closed. "Why you didn't kiss me?" She choked open her eyes. What?" "We have been together for almost 3 months now, but you never even kissed me." He sulked like a kid. Wyan became flustered. Her cheeks started burning due to shyness. Why you are asking this all of a sudden? Every couple kiss each other, but you never did. You never kissed me. You didn't dare either. You can kiss me first. Why are you asking me to do? No, it's just you will become uncomfortable. Why? You are my husband after all. She whispered the last part. Okay, so let me ask one more question. Yeah, she said nervously. I've seen couples calling each other with nicknames, and I would not like if you say my name. So, what will you call me? What should I call you? She asked nervously, and he shrugged his shoulder. It's your choice. What about they? That's nice. Babe? Ryan blinked a few times in shock and then asked, how you become bold all of a sudden? With a lowered voice but loud enough for Tay to hear. The surrounding became silent. She thought they slept, so she decided to sleep as well. But I was eagerly waiting for Ryan to sleep so that I can kiss her. He shyly thought in his mind. After some time, Taehyung asked Ryan, Ryan, are you asleep? There was no response, so he started caressing her hair. But being in deep slumber, she moved little away from his arms while turning to the other side. They started coming close to her face, dangerously close. And he pecked her lips. There were few seconds of silence, but to his surprise, your cheeks started turning red like rose, and your lips turned into thin line, controlling your smile to break down any time. They widened his eyes in shock as he realized you were awake all this while. He was blushing in embarrassment and turned to other side while covering himself with the blanket. But Ryan said something interrupting him. You should sleep facing me. They immediately turned around and said, if I face you like this, I might end up kissing you again. Chincha? Now they were facing each other really close. Ryan put her hand on Tay's cheeks and kissed it to help him fall asleep. Meanwhile, Tay was so much happy to see you comfortable with him. Both of them were screaming internally, blushing heavily, and loving equally. Few months later, Tay is taking a relaxing bath after coming back from office and Ryan is preparing dinner in the kitchen. Tay shouted from the bathroom, babe, pass me the towel please. And she replied by shouting back, coming hubby. She came running to the room and quickly picked the towel to pass to Tay, but a teasing idea came in her mind and she started implementing it. Take the towel, and Tay opened the door slightly while extending his hand. Wine placed the towel on his hand and he tried to take it, but she, being in a teasing mood, held the end of the towel tightly. Tay tried to snatch it, but he could not do anything. The tug of war was going on between them, and by this Tay got to know that she is just teasing him. So he smirked with a sexy look, and instead of holding the towel, this time he held Vian's hand and pulled her inside in a swift motion. This all happened all of a sudden and she could not process it. Her eyes opened wide and mouth hung low. Her eyes got stuck on his face and she did not dare to look down as she knew he was naked and her cheeks started turning crimson red in shyness. While Tay raised his eyebrow to let her know that now try to tease me and you will get to know what I will do with you. She tried to show her puppy eyes, asking him to leave her, but babe, you only brought this trouble for you. Tay pulled her closer to his body and she started to wiggle in his embrace cause now his whole body was touching her clothed one. Even his lower body was sticking to her and she was feeling some way down there. Her heart started banging and her breath got stuck due to closeness. In these days, they got to know each other better, and now they are at the level where they tease each other with all their might. But the thing happening today is out of their imagination. Seeing each other naked is a very big thing in a relationship because that means you are ready to give yourself to your partner out of extreme love. No one will go naked in front of you until and unless they trust you blindly. And the most important thing in a relationship is trust. If you trust your partner, then only you will show your inner self to that person. They smiled watching you being flustered and pulled you in a hug so that you can hide your blushing face in his chest. He said while still hugging you, "Oh, babe, what happened? You were not giving me towel, so that means you wanted to see me naked. So I pulled you inside. Now why are you hiding? Look, I serve myself to you." You hit his chest with a shy smile and said, "They, what did you do? Now let me go." No, 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 no. There's no escape now. With that, he pulled you inside the shower and they both got drenched. The moment became steamy and they can feel each other's warmth, which was making them go insane. They pulled both the straps of her dress and it slipped down her body, leaving her in inners. She hid her face in her palms and they chuckled seeing her fluttering self. He bent on his knees and his face reached till Vian's stomach. He slid his hands on her side waist and held her gently. Then he digged his face in her stomach and kissed her belly button, which made Vian gasp. She immediately looked down to see Tay leaving wet kisses on her slim waist. She arched her back in pleasure and Tay continued his art on her. After being satisfied, he pulled out and said with a smirk on his face, "All during our meeting today, I was thinking about doing this." Thank you guys for watching this one shot. And I wanted to say that I know most of you will bash me for doing a voiceover, but please try to understand my situation. And one more thing, all the videos of my channel I privated them, and don't worry, I'll re-upload them again because there are some technical issues. So please bear with it. Please also tell me if I should do these voiceover in my own voice or should I edit them into some other voice, high pitched or like low pitched one. So thank you guys, that's it.